Are you ready for some sports?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I'll give you an update after you hit me with it, man. Go ahead.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Victor Allen's NewThe Sports, written and directed by the man that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Go on and get you some. Victor Allen's NewThe Sports, bringing you just what you need in sports. Remember, sports bras and jock straps for everybody. That way we can all be confused. Peace. Yeah.
You got it, man. No, you know what I want to say is those fans who are watching, following up on Allison Mack from Smallville, pleaded guilty to sex trafficking today in court. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Yeah, man, dude, subservient slavery and sex trafficking, man. That's deep, bro. That is, I mean, you can never judge anybody by their face. What does that have to do with sports? Nothing. I'm just bringing it up, just the way it is. Also, let me keep it real because I'm going to continue honoring as long as the momentum is staying here to give special recognition to the man we were discussing earlier, Nipsey Hussle, because he's a rapper, business owner, philanthropist, and activist. And this is just my opinion right now. I believe what's becoming greater is what he represented than almost his music. Now, I'm not disrespecting that. It says sometimes you go beyond, and his parents literally have finally spoken out and said he was sent by God. And, you know, for them to feel that he was a messenger to uplift the community is a big deal. So I just wanted people to know that, hey, I'm going to continue this. If the people feel that he was moving them in a right direction or in a positive direction, I'm going to sustain this by recognizing that as long as it takes and as long as it goes. All right, in the meantime, man. All right. Okay. You a UConn basketball, women's basketball fanatic, man? Those your girls? They're not your girls.
I respect them and I watch them closely.
I knew you was going. Yeah, I knew you was going to say that.
It's hard not to watch them. I think that is the best winning record in any sport.
It is good, but in the last 3 years, falling down.
I mean, because they're used to winning everything, and maybe they come in second. Okay, come on. Wow, that's a fall.
It's a fall. Because it's 3 years in a row. So you need to stand and rise for those Baylor Bears because the women are coming. And this is how fast this has come by, Mark. Remember Brittany Griner?
Yes.
Remember the championship she won?
And that's been like three. Has it been like
7?
It's been 7 years?
2012, bro. That's how fast it went.
Oh, wow. You know, I was about to say that was 3 years ago. You heard me because it seemed like just the other day.
2012.
7.
On this. So congratulations to the Baylor Bears because they literally beat the same team 7 years ago with Brittany on the landscape. So just letting you know, you just got to give out the props to the ladies. They put it down. It was a tight game, man. 1 point game. That's it.
Wow.
So now let's get into tonight.
By
the time anybody see all this, it's going to be documented and done. So let's just pretend right now that we already watched the game. And we had to sit back and say, damn, man, they put it down. 1.5 points odd favor Virginia. They're number one. You're already talking about it later on tonight. Your hands are going up because you said, here's the champs. Who's the champs, man? And why?
Texas Tech.
Money says Virginia, but you see momentum with Texas Tech, right?
Yeah. And I don't have, but let me just say this. I have no insight whatsoever. My bracket got busted out so early. Not even, it's like, I'm like the weakest.
Dude, I got tore up.
So I did horrible.
I admit, dude. Listen, right now, I think I owe a check to the postman. I'm just that bad, man. I mean, I got ripped. My Sweet 16 was perfect. Then it all came crumbling down. So
we want to see Zion. Wasn't that the whole big thing?
We were about to get to that because here's the thing. You might as well go into transition, man. Here it is. There are no disrespect. I'm saying this because I've watched some players on the team. They got some good players. Virginia is really well balanced. Texas Tech got that defense, that hustle, that grind. And even In their conference, they were picked to come in 7th. So where they're at, they have already overachieved. Here's the problem. What name are you going to be watching? No marquee players, right?
Yeah, that's what's so amazing about this year. It's not even the teams anybody really expected. It's an upset year.
Yes. So
bravo to them, by the way. Bravo to them for the upset. Some people said, I wish we could see so-and-so. No. I want to see the people who won.
Right.
You know,
right.
that cracks me up. If you upset, it's too defensive. Well, beat the defense then.
But look, listen, Auburn, I'm just going to say this. Yes, did the refs miss a call in your game? And yes, let me give it up to Virginia
that close.
Hitting those 3 free throws. That is pressure. And he did it with no pressure. I'm good with it. I'm not looking at that. No matter how this game go tonight, if this game goes to overtime, double overtime, will it be as good as if Zion and Duke were in the tournament?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game.
Ratings wise.
Oh, no, because the ratings have to do with who's well known.
Right.
But that's not the same as who's going to be the best game. In other words, to me, one of the things I love about the March Madness is you see exceptional games by teams you had no idea of.
Right.
But they end up being exceptional games.
Right.
Every year I see exceptional games. So, no, Vic, it's never let me down. I've never been bored.
Okay.
I want March Madness.
True.
Never.
Now I want to show you this picture. You guys don't know, Mario and I used to play some of that cement ball. You know, we used to sit back and hit that cement. This is what Mario used to do to me all the time. If you go right up to the picture above the one we just showed, Mario will come out on the court and have people light matches and say, the fire's here. The fire's here. That's Mario, guys. Y'all don't know how close he was to being in the shape of Z. You had it, man. You don't want to tell anybody, right?
250 pounds.
Right, you don't want to tell anybody.
A butt.
Wait a minute. Did you Barkley people out of the way?
I used to play
you
like
used to do the Barkley on
Adrian Dantley, Charles
Right.
Barkley. Those were the people who I played.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to physically move you.
Okay. So let's get with it.
Look at that too, Vic.
I know. What's not happening here is the part that people are saying it's not going to be the same because Z is not in it. And it's hard because you want Duke in it so you could see Z, you know, and it's not going to have the ratings. And they're already predicting that the ratings going to be down. That's not to take away. I'm watching every minute of the game. Yeah. And not responding to any text messages or anything like that unless they're 911 emergencies. So you know what that means. I'm warning people because they're already calling you during your show segment.
Yeah, they're calling on Facebook to comment.
Right. So I'm just saying. So I'm just letting you know. Now, with that out of the way, we already know that we're missing Z. This is the Zion special. You know, Avenatti put it out there that some stuff was happening with Nike, right? Mm. So now Duke is looking into did Z or Zion get paid? Here we go.
I hope he did get paid.
Wait a minute. You hope he?
They all get paid.
Right. So wait a minute. So
fuck the NCAA. I'm sorry.
Did you say what I just thought you said?
I said.
Wait a minute.
Fork the NCAA.
You got 18-year-olds, 19.
Oh, then they using it. They all using this language. They over 7.
Okay.
NCAA. You know, I've come out against them over and over and over.
Everybody.
Slave plantation.
Right. No, look. They're not letting go of this monster cash cow. It's going down with a fight. Just look at it.
Of course.
So is it big news that Z got paid? Is it any big news?
No.
And what will it mean?
Not much for me. Hurry up and get to the NBA.
Really?
That's another reason to leave college early.
Okay, so let me just say this. He wasn't going to waste another moment. So let's just say they say, you know what? He got paid $1,500 XYZ. What will they do to Z, or will they do something to Duke? Because then Duke is the one looking into it. Can Duke look into the investigation of one of their own, and could you be objective doing it?
No, that's ridiculous. Gone. It's like saying we looked into it and we decided on our own punishment, and we're going to take a game off.
Right.
That's the punishment.
Right. So bottom line is you don't give a damn, right?
Hey.
You don't give. Listen. I'm saying this. Okay, I'm not trying to use the correlation. I'm just going to say my prediction is that they discover nothing. It becomes neutral.
What does that mean? Does that mean that he did it or didn't do it?
You remember the recent scenario with Chicago PD and Jesse, and they said, okay, now you did
unresolved.
Three, right? So you had,
and I'm totally unsatisfied.
Right. So I'm saying they were going, well, both sides is a little bit guilty. Let's just squash it. And let me just say this. What benefit will it be? And then who's to take responsibility? Let's just say Nike sits there and says, yes,
do it.
This person worked in representing us, but not under our authority, and it's X, Y, Z.
Right.
Nike has already been able to shield itself, right? From all
of them are big enough to shield themselves because they figure you're going to forget anyway.
Right.
Once a certain amount of time goes by, you're going to forget.
Thank you. So, done deal. So all I'm saying is that for the most part, Z is done. Now that Z is done, whatever the outcome, he's already headed to the NBA. We're cool. Which now brings me to this. We're in fantasy draft land.
Fantasy draft.
We right now. We're not waiting for everybody else, right?
Y'all playing fantasy football,
right.
basketball, baseball.
Right. We're in fantasy draft. You completely understand as we go down here, where should Zion, for those who pronounce it different ways, land? 3 teams have the same odds. New York, Cleveland, Phoenix. Here's the part that I already said. He's going to be in the Eastern Conference because they take the 10 teams and they take, the weight of the losing teams is more dominant in the Eastern Conference. So bottom line is you have to pick the best organization. Now, what's the chances New York gets? I don't want to put it out there, man.
I think the chances are not bad.
Wait a minute. Let me just say
what they're saying.
Kevin Durant ends up. Let's just say he bounces from Golden State this year. Let's just say hypothetically, what's the chances are that New York gets Z? High probability.
Well, they're still regardless of Kevin Durant, they're still in the top running for getting him. From what I understand.
That's right. It's the equal odds, 14% for all 3 teams I mentioned. Right. Where's the best place for him not to get lost in the deep dark cave? Now, you got the same owner at New York, right?
Yeah, I don't wish New York on anyone, unfortunately. So that's part of my issue with Dolan over there. I don't wish New York on anybody.
Basically, you're saying if you had to pick the teams in order, I'm going to tell you the ones I'm picking. Let me just say, just because I want to see him in the West, I want to see him in Phoenix. But let me just say this.
It depends on the draft lottery, right?
Right. After draft lottery, if it comes down to the big, it's always can go outside the big 3 who have the equal amount of percentages to get him.
Right.
But I'm just staying within the 3.
Right.
You got Cleveland, New York, and Phoenix. Where do you think is best? Because everybody says the big market is New York. But wonder if they get nobody in the trade and they get Z. Better for him in New York than Phoenix?
I don't know.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's hard about all of them. I was trying to think about that specifically from what was best for him.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
See, let's put it like this. His arrival in any of those 3 dramatically changes the expectations for any of them.
Right.
And in a way that makes it positive. I would actually want to see more New York. I would actually want to see more Phoenix. I would actually want to see more Cleveland.
Yeah.
And so I just it's one of those weird ones. I think I'll be happy no matter what.
I'm going to say this.
See him in the NBA.
I'm going to say it this way. Whatever city he goes to, they're going to be showing Z a lot on TV, whether they're losing teams or not. So the contracts are going to be, hey, set up to show a lot of the same old. But if I had to go where the place where you go, this is where you make your name, you won't get lost. It's like Booker in Phoenix, Arizona. Unbelievable player, but he's lost because he doesn't get enough exposure. And he probably has to get out of there to show that he's really up there in the top tier players. It's New York, man. Much as I sit there and say I don't want James Dolan in this, it's New York. It just brings all the other things that the other teams don't bring right now. But I want to see him in the Western Conference, and the only place he's going to land is Phoenix.
Out of the 3 markets, I'm sure New York is the bigger market. Now, I don't know how it works between Cleveland and Phoenix. That's harder.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland may have an edge just based on the recent past. But, it's much harder.
Yeah.
That's where, they've managed to... the NBA has markets, small markets that do well in terms of that, like San Antonio and Oklahoma.
Right.
But,
Look at. You want to throw your hands up and say congratulations to D'Angelo Russell. Brooklyn's in the playoffs. He's turning back looking at the Lakers going.
And they gave another person that you have to look at what they gave up for them.
Yeah. Look, I got to give it to him. They said he was going to be good. It took some years, and he basically got them, I think, in the 6th seed. So, look, Brooklyn's there. Clippers, hold on, you guys, on the losing streak. You're in the 8th spot. You don't want to be with Golden State. All right, I got to end this off with an NFL piece because it just seems like, and I'm not getting on anyone's side here, I'm just going to say Antonio Brown won't let it go. He won't let it go. You see a response on Twitter as it relates to Juju Smith-Schuster. And Juju's going, man, why you hitting me? In other words, making a point of reference to say, look, everybody's talking about most valuable player, Pittsburgh Steelers, the whole thing. And then on the Twitter, he's basically posting a photo just showing, hey, look, this is the guy who fumbled when it was game time. This is not the MVP. Basically saying, I should be the MVP. Nobody's saying that, but that's what he's doing. At this point, I love the response, man, from Juju. He says, look, I've been there for him all day. He's cool. I've always had his back. And at the end of the day, he comes down and says, never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. And the quote is from Mark Twain. So here's my question to you, Mario.
That's my man.
Mark Twain. Right, I do it. Now look here. Will enlightenment hit Antonio in the Raiders organization? Enlightenment.
No.
Will Gruden be able to corral him? Because if in Pittsburgh, if he did what he did,
no.
Will plus games win share for the next season? Plus 2, 3, 4 games? See if they only won 5 games. They're up 2 or 3 games because of Antonio, and they still got to work on their defense.
I don't know, but I think he's going to end up being a valuable addition. They're just going to have to deal with some things. But
yeah.
I think he's going to produce for them.
Okay.
I think he wants to produce. I think this is the year of traded receivers trying to produce for their new team.
And Cleveland right now is the one that got most of the cachet
Makes
of the
you
good
think
players.
about it, yeah.
Right.
But you got a bunch of them got something to prove out there this year.
I'm just going like this.
The Raiders have a lot to prove, especially with this new coach who, to me, underperformed, especially based on people's expectations of what Gruden was going to do. It didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
And the rumblings being that there may be more dissatisfaction to come. I don't know how Gruden's style is going to work today. So let's see. He was out of it for a while.
Right.
Let's see what happens. But it certainly doesn't look to be a shoo-in like people said at the beginning.
I'll say this. No matter how bad it was at Pittsburgh, AB got to peel a whole lot. I don't know if he's going to get 60% of that much attention from Carr throwing the pill. I just don't see it. And the first thing I'm waiting for is, will he all of a sudden go selfie mode, locker room, and say, you know what? They're not throwing me the
I'm
pill.
with you because, to me, do they have a new offensive coordinator?
I don't know. I haven't checked on that, man.
Okay, because the offense has sputtered, kind of. Certainly we had expectations, right?
Right.
And it didn't happen again.
Right. No. So just want to let you know that, that's what's trending with our boy AB. He's not letting it go. Hey, I'm out, man, because I can't wait to watch the game tonight. And, hey, man, if Z got paid, he got paid, man. I'm done, man.
Victor Allen, NewThe Sports. a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. You can watch it at part 2 of Morning Coffee weekly. Written and directed by Victor Allen, the bald-headed black man. The ladies have nicknamed him Sexual Chocolate. That's the way we do it. Live and in color. Sports bras and jock straps. That's the way. The way. The way.